Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morris Man, and as always, I thank you guys for coming to my channel. And per request, I have a subscriber who inboxed me with a pretty interesting question. He said, could you look at the question, evaluate it, and give me your analysis on the question, and if it's possible to do a video on this particular question. Not a problem. And the comment reads like this. Is from Brad. Appreciate you, Brad. Thanks for coming to my channel. And Brad, question is this. First, I want to say that I thoroughly enjoy your videos. Next, what I want to do is ask you a question, and maybe you can do a video on this question. If you are interviewing or trying out a new guitarist for a live gig or studio gig, what skills would you ask them to demonstrate to you to prove that they're ready to be a working musician? What skills? Technical skills, ear skills, reading ability. What would you look for when you're hiring a guitarist? And sometimes some questions are pretty simple, and everybody's opinion is different, and this is how we do it. We just simply tell people the type of music that we're looking to play or that we play, and we give them maybe perhaps a few songs from our playlist to come down and jam with us, because you can look good on paper and tell people that you're the greatest, but when it boils down to it, you have to play with the band, because it's an issue of gelling or not, because we ran across people that got great, unbelievable skills, but they're assholes. And it's like, we can't deal with those kind of people. I'd rather have a person that come in and not super flashy and just get the job done and we gel with them, as opposed to somebody that's really good but can't gel with them. Because if you can't gel with them, it throws everybody off. So that's basically how we do it. It's like, just come on and jam with us. And if it works and fits, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. As far as the interview, as far as asking people or telling them what, you want them to do, or just show it to me, it's like, just play with us, because that's really the only way, in my opinion, that you can determine if this is going to be doable. Now, there are some people in situations where they got some paid gigs lined up and they just need somebody to be able to play well. And it's like, we're not worried about that other stuff as far as we can't deal with you or you're difficult. We're just trying to make this money, But I've been fortunate that the bands that I've been in, we've been like brothers. Just about everybody within the band, we have that camaraderie. And I think that that's really important, because I'm going to share a story with you. One of the first professional bands I played in, I came in as a guitar player. The bass player was the leader. He was the guy who, called the shots and booked the gigs. And we had a keyboard player, and this guy was just unbelievable. Tremendous keyboard player, great singer. And he was married at the time. Me and the keyboard player was the only guys in the band married. We were like in our early 20s, and we were the only two guys that were married. Everybody else was singles guys, and they was on the prowl, So when we would rehearse, the keyboard player would bring his wife, and one reason being he was the only one that lived extremely far from everybody else. So that was just right there dedication, because it's like, man, it's a long haul for you to get back and forth. So he would bring his wife, because at the time they didn't have any kids, and she didn't want to sit at home, which is understandable, and nobody had a problem with that. I didn't. But it was the other guys, the single guys, that every other rehearsal, they was bringing in the women, just trying to impress them. And it became disruptive. So the bass player decided that he was going to implement this rule: no women, period, no exceptions. And the keyboard player took offense, and I'm like, I totally agree, because I'm like, I'm a married man too, and you're a married man, so this is not that we bring in groupies. So the keyboard player, of course, abruptly quit, and it's like, this is unfortunate, as a result of this other stuff that didn't affect him, and hey, he had nothing to do with it, but yet he's drawn into this. So he quit, and I understood that. And when he quit, it was hard for us to fill that void, because we had a show coming up a week before that, and actually a week after he quit, we had a gig that was lined up already within a week. So we scrambling to try to get a keyboard player. And the bass player said, don't worry about it. I got this under control. I'll take care of this. So he hires this guy. We never practiced with this guy. It's like, man, we need to at least have one practice with this guy. No, he's a professional. He's going to come in and he know what the songs to listen and all that. So come the day of the show, the guy shows up and totally out of sync with the band. It was one of the worst performances that I've ever been a part of. And I actually deleted the footage when it was taped, because I didn't want to see it anymore. And as a result of that, we broke up. because that was so bad that I refused to take any payment for that gig that night, because I'm like, we did a terrible job. And one reason why, because we were totally out of sync with the keyboard player, and the keyboard player was kind of holding a lot of ground as far as our sound at that time, because I was doing the Prince and the Time sound. So, you know, the keyboard players playing the synthesizer and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, you know, if he's not being able to step up to the plate, it's not going to be beneficial to us. So, you know, it's really important that you gel with the people that you play with, because a lot of people take that for granted. Don't think that that is very important. That's really important, because I mean, at any stage of your life, whether it's professional, personal, you can't spend a lot of time around people that are toxic, that are sucking the life out of you. You know, you're not a happy person. So it's the same thing with musicians. But getting back to the question at hand, then I'm going to sign off. That's my recommendation. Just have people come down, give them a couple of songs off the playlist, and just play with them. And you can determine just on that alone if it's going to work or not, as opposed to, you know, show me these skills or what do you bring. Just let people play and you'll see from there. So on that note, I'm going to sign off till next time. Take care and thanks for watching, and keep the questions coming. If I can help, no problem. Take care. Thanks.